Hey guys, how's it going? It's Target here. Welcome back to another episode of the Edmonton Oilers Be a GM. When we left off, I was talking to you guys about goaltending. Now, I said I wasn't going to trade Scrivs until we had an issue, and then we had an issue. So, I think maybe it's time to start looking at it. Now, according to my rules for trading, a goalie is only, or any player is only available for trading when that team wants to get rid of him. And anything going in return has to be something that that team wants. Okay, that's the rule for trading when it's outside of the trade deadline or the off season. That's the rule. When you're inside the trade deadline or the off season, any trade is allowed. That's the rules that I've been going by. So, or the draft, sorry. The draft was also included that. Anywhere you get a phone and also the offseason because you need to improve your team somehow. But during the regular season, I can't just deal anyone for anyone. It's just not as realistic. People don't like it as much. So we're going to do it like this, okay? And a lot of people like that rule, so we're going to maintain it. Now, I asked you guys what we should do about the goaltending. So if we go to GM options in the trade or trade negotiations, trading block, I asked you guys about the goaltending and what should we do? Should we go after a starter like Lundqvist? Is that something we want? Do we want John Gibson, who's a top-end prospect? John Gibson, 87 overall. He'd be an improvement now and in the future. But again, trade value is really high. We'd have to give up Scrivs in a first in order to get Gibson. A lot of people are on the Robin Lehner bandwagon, and rightfully so. Robin Lehner has good potential, 85 overall right now. And he's 4 green stars. I mean, Lehner could easily get to an 87 overall, maybe even an 88, depending on how well he progresses. And being a green star, he's almost a shoo-in to be a solid goaltender. 87s and 88 goalies are nothing to laugh at. There are no 90s and 91s. We're probably not going to be winning 60 games a year with Lehner between the pipes. And somebody else made a mention that, you know what, in the future, if you wanted to, when Lehner's value goes even higher, you could couple him with something else and then get that elite goalie, if that's what you want to do. So I think Robin Lehner is also a pretty good option. Fleury's name was also out there, but in terms of trade value, Fleury and Lehner are also very close. Now, if I select Lehner, I can almost guarantee you they don't want to get rid of him. Yeah, they don't want to get rid of Robin Lehner. But it doesn't mean we can't actually explore the option of seeing what we could give up. So obviously, first off, the one move would be Ben Scrivs, right? Ben Scrivs is considered a backup goalie. That's probably why he's not doing well. 85 overall seems to be the cutoff for the starter. So it'd be Ben Scrivs for Lehner. Now you can see quite a bit of a difference in the trade value here. It looks like, honest to God, that Robin Lehner is about double Ben Scrivs. So I have to find somebody with Ben Scrivs value again, which comes up to about the end of the D. The end of the D. Nice. So if we go to skaters matching their block, let's see if there's anybody that comes up to the end of the D. You're looking at like Marincin, Clefbaum, Darren Helm, Justin Schultz, Nail Yakupov. Not really looking to get rid of any of these guys because those are 3 of them are defensemen. 2 of them are like, all 3 of them are budding defensemen, I should say. And Darren Helm is anchoring our second line at 85 overall, solid defense. So I like Darren Helm on the team. I don't want to get rid of him. I don't want to get rid of any of those players. It doesn't appear that there's anybody else we could probably send back just because they're going to end up having to send more players, and it'd be like a 10-for-10 deal in order to make it go through. So we might have to look at players not matching their block. Now, we have a couple of prospects we haven't signed. Woah is one of them, Nicholas Woah, 63 overall power forward, 3.5 yellow stars. All right, so Woah is not a bad option if we're looking to upgrade. Ryan Gropp, I believe he's 4 yellow. He is, and he's 69 overall power forward left winger. He's somebody that I want to keep in the fold. 4 stars. You don't want to get rid of those guys. There's also McDermott. Is it Travis McDermott, sorry. Defenseman, 2-way defenseman. He's 4 red stars. He was drafted late, was he not? Let's take a look. 3rd round. He's a 3rd round pick for us in 2015. And it's probably Zinoviev. What's the deal with Zinoviev? 3.5 yellow stars. He's 66 overall. McDermott's got a little bit more trade value from the looks of things. 4 red stars, 61 overall. So you can, they're pretty close. They're pretty close players. It's just Zinoviev has a bit of a jump on the potential side. So he's a sniper, something we have a lot of. So I'd be willing to put Zinoviev on there, and I'd also be willing to put on Woah. Now, why won't this go through? What's the issue here? Probably too many players. Let's see. Who do they have here that we could take back? How about a Kulik? There you go. So we could get a Kulik back. Now, in terms of value, these 2 would probably push Lehner. I mean, look at Scrivs and Woah. They're pretty close. And then Zinovio would be the kind of the kicker on that deal for Robin Lehner. So I think that that's not a bad deal, all right? But we can't do this now. We have to wait to get to the trade deadline. So we're going to have to hold off on that. But that's definitely an option for us. So I'm going to keep that open. And we're going to keep things going right now. I can't remember. Did I do a review? I believe I did. I believe it did do a review. So I'm going to keep, I think. Because it's December 1st, right? Oh, no, it's January. So October, November, December. Okay, so it's next month. It's next month we do the review. Pardon me. All right, so let's sim a month. Let's see how things go. Maybe we can turn things around a little bit here. Maybe Scrivs can keep us competitive. Not with that, though. That was a loss in, I think, overtime, actually. Losses in OT are definitely manageable. All right, coming up to Florida. Florida Panthers. Scouting for the OHL. Somebody said I'd never scout the SHL. Let me show you why, usually. SHL. There's one first rounder, one second, and a bunch of fifths. If I look at the defense, there's a top 10 there. I think I did scout him. And goalies. So I'll scout you for 2 weeks, all right? I will scout the defense in the SHL for 2 weeks because there's a top 10, all right? So you can just relax a little bit there. I just don't want to be stopping every 2 weeks to check new prospects, you know? But with this year and the prospects being, oh, Cole for Stewart. Let me take a look at this. Not for Stewart. I don't think I want to get rid of Stewart. Stewart is considered a top 6. Eric Cole's considered a third liner. His defense is only 3.5 stars. Not great. Not great. If I'm adding a third line player, I want him to have a good potential or a good defense. There you go. Hall had 4 goals in that game. Was he at 18 or 19? Either way, that's at least 3 goals, maybe 4. Great game, and that simmed really quick. It like simmed as it hit the day, and Hall scored again. So things seem to be taking off offensively, which is what we need if we're going to be a competitive team. Is the offense to kick in, because our goaltending isn't great. I think that when they're getting into those zones, they're finishing. And I don't necessarily agree with Scrivens overall in this game at 84 overall. Late, anyway. I think that it's hard. It frustrates me that 27 is the cutoff for potential, because goalies and defense can hit their stride very late. No, I'm going to decline that. I do not want to give up those 2 guys. Goalies can hit their stride very, very late in their career and end up picking it up quite hard. You know, so I don't think it's necessarily fair to cut them off at 27. I don't think they should have a cutoff. I think that it should be, it's a gamble. You know, you don't know. Our first for Gianta, nope. You just don't know. So, we'll see what happens here. I'm done scouting the SHL, so let's go take a look at the SHL again. Let's see what we got out of that. Defense, SHL, top 10, a couple seconds. Forwards, there's 1 first rounder. There's a couple of second and third rounders in Russia. I'm going to scout that for 2 weeks just because we can get those depth picks. Now, it does force you to kind of be a little bit smarter with your scouting and your drafting, which is good. You know, which is good, but you got to kind of train your mind. Ben Scrivens for a second. No. You kind of have to train. That was a loss in OT. You have to train your mind to realize that, you know, there's more to this game than just first round picks. Decline that. Like, second round picks actually have value this year, which is nice. We've been cruising right now. We are cruising along. Hall hasn't scored in the last few games, but we're still winning. We're 8 up on 500 now, and I don't know. Do we still make the trade? Now you're stuck in a conundrum. No, I really don't care about the All-Star game all that much. One more week here. I think one more. Well, it's the end of the month. There's only one more, unless we do back-to-backs on the 30th and 31st. Looks like, yeah, look at Detroit. Almost identical record to us. Wow, and we whooped the shit out of Detroit 6-1. Hall notches his 24th goal. Nuge, though. Little Nuge with 37 assists. He's cruising right along, too, the young guy. Ben Scrivens for 2 picks. Nope. And last game, LA is doing terrible right now. What's going on with LA? And we lose to them, of course, but an OT. So, that'll end the month. Fane for Cole. Nope. All right, so that'll end the month. 26, 18, and 5. We increased our increased by quite a bit on that. I do like that. That ends our scouting too perfectly. So a top 10 defenseman in the WHL, a number of seconds. Let me go over to the German league. Any forwards drafted? Not really. Doesn't look like anybody's gonna go. Swiss 7th rounds. There's the Finnish league's got a top 10. Let's scout there for 2 weeks. and see what happens. So, goals against average, we are not up there. Save percentage, we are not up there. Points, no. Assists, or wins, sorry. Scrivs is number 2 in the league for wins. Good job, Scrivs. Assists, Nugent Hopkins is up there with 37 assists. We're not up there for goals. We're only off by 1, though. Hosen Kane, and look at Sharp, 29, 26, and 26. Unbelievable. Matt Duchene leading the league in goals. So Ovechkin and Stamkos are in there, all the usual characters. We are currently top of our division at the moment with 57 points. It looks like the Western Conference is very, very weak this year, considering we are actually tied for second in our conference, but 13 points back from first, the Chicago Blackhawks, who we actually play next. So right now, we sit in a good position, and the trade deadline coming at the end of the month, we may be able to hold on to Scrivs for one more year. I mean, it won't... The thing is, do we want to be competitive in the playoffs? I think so. I think that's something we want to be, as competitive in the playoffs. So let's just do a quick review here. Go to Stat Central, team standings. Have a look at all this. We're 9th in the league, which is not bad. Goals for per game, we are 6th at... goals for per game. We are 7th at a 2.98. That's really good. Goals against per game, we're 14th. We're middle of the pack. We're letting in goals. That's to be expected from a very average goaltender. Our power play is terrible at 21st, 17%, almost 18. And our penalty kill is 12th at 82. I'm not too upset about our penalty kill, but our power play should be producing. So I'm going to take a look at that here and see if there's anything that I can change that'll make that a little bit better. Okay, let's take a look at points. It looks like guys are producing here. You can see Nugent Hopkins more than a point per game. Hall is at a point per game. Eberle is at 45 points in 49 games. Hedman, 31 points. Same with Schultz. They're doing great. Perron, playing that second line, 31 points. Yakupov has 16 goals so far. Good for him. He's doing really well. I mean, he's got one more goal than Nugent Hopkins and one less than Eberle. Darren Helm, 28 points, same as Yak. So that second line is doing their job. Brandon Prust, who I believe is playing the fourth line, 17 points. Boys has 13, Marincin 13, Pouliot 13, Gordon 13. And you can see quite a bit. Stewart's the lowest. Hendricks also for the forwards. In terms of plus minus, we got a number of guys that are below. It's that Perron, Yakupov, and Helm line, and then Hendricks, Marincin. Those two are having a hard go of things. But they're only just below. It's Perron that's minus 10, which is unbelievable considering last year was plus 5. So I don't know what's going on with that line. And he looks like he's set to have almost a career year again. You know, he's not the same number of goals, but assists are through the roof. And Yaks, you know, Yakupov 16 goals. He's on pace to beat his record for goals. He could be a 25, 30 goal scorer this year if he puts his mind to it. So I really like that. I do want to take a look at our power play again. I don't know what we've got set up. Let's go to edit lines. And we will go to the power play. Now we've got Eberle and Hall and Nugent Hopkins. We got Yakupov, Perron. I don't understand what the issue is here. You know what? Maybe I'll put Hall. No, I want to keep that top line producing. I don't want to change it too much. I don't want to change it. I don't see what the issue is. Maybe it's just a rough go. Maybe it's just a rough go this year. Let's just go again another month. Let's see how we do. Chicago up first, and they're a tough team. They got tons of goal scorers. All 3 players that lead. Wow, we beat them! All right, Colton Gillies, 77 overall, 26 years old, 3 red stars. Not going to get any better. Faceoffs are shite, so no. They also got rid of George Peros, an enforcer. He's got terrible discipline, but he will rock the shit out of people. But no, I don't want him taking up a spot. He's just a waste. We had Luke Gazdick for a while, and he just does not contribute. So I don't want to add anybody like that right now. Vancouver. And how do we beat Chicago, who's the best team in our conference, and who's 5-1 to Vancouver? Questions that probably will never be asked. Emery, our first. No, I don't want next year's first. Not for this year's first anyway, because if we end up falling out of the playoff picture, which at this point it'd be hard to believe, considering we are doing really well. I'll decline that. If we fall out of the playoff picture, then I want to maintain that pick. I want to have that first round pick. So I mean, they're so valuable this year. I'd have to give up for it. Giving up first round picks now would have to be for, you know, future players that are going to be stuck with us forever. Not just giving it away for second to third and Gianta, you know? Not old guys looking for a rebound. So, I mean, right now we're doing well. I don't see any need to make any big deals. I mean, look at the production. Look at another win. And Ben Scrivs is getting the job done, guys. It's just a matter of whether he's going to keep us going through to the playoffs. It's a tough call. It really is a tough call. I mean, we are up there now with some of the better teams with our wins. We've just won a ton so far. And Buffalo's up next. Actually, we're going to have a scout assignment. Yeah, I was going to say it should be the Monday. All right, so we got a couple forwards in the United States. Defense. How about goalies? We haven't scouted any goalies, and we need to add some goalies. Nobody. There's a couple second rounders. A first rounder there. SHL's got a first rounder. First rounder in Russia. Rest of the world has none. WHL has a first, second, and multiple thirds. OHL has 2 top 10s. Let me take a look at these 2 top 10s here for a bit. All right, there's only 3 goalies here to scout, so. Bard. Oh, shit. Up to the first. Okay. Burrows for Scrivs. No, I'm not looking to deal. I need a goalie. I need a starting goalie. We're not sellers here. If we were sellers, I'd put all my top players, or my, you know, those bubble players, I call them. Guys that are almost in the running for fantastic versus poor. So those are the guys that I put on the block. But right now we're in the fray. Pardon me, we're in the fray. So there's no need to make any kind of move like that. That's just going to totally cripple the team. I need a goalie back in return. I wish there wasn't a way to indicate to people that you're looking to upgrade in goal. You know, not just. I mean, I've already told them that I'm in the market for a starter or an elite goalie, but I'm willing to get rid of backups. You know, I'm willing to get rid of a backup goalie and depth players. Actually, hold on one sec. Let me go to my trading block. Oh, decline. Same thing. Oh, go to my phone. Trading block. Do I have? We got Ray Emery and them on the block. And surplus, we got a goalie. We do not have a starter, so let's take this guy off. Clear that. But we do have backup goalies and a top 6 defense. So I don't understand why they're not seeing that as the surplus and what we want. So, all right, maybe now, because they think that we had a starter, we actually have 2 backups. Maybe now they'll recognize that, hey, they don't actually have a starter, but they want one. Maybe they'll come with that deal. Somebody who's got 2 starters or something like that has that kind of depth that they could make that move. Maybe that's available out there for us. That's an option. I mean, like, Ottawa's a good team for that because they've got Anderson and Lehner, if that's still the case right now. So, I mean, that's the type of team we're looking to deal with. Robin Lehner would be a good option for us, and I keep saying that. Let's see here. All right, scout assignment. We got the OHL that we just scouted for goalies. Where are you? OHL. So you can see he's 4.5 stars, it looks like, and Bowman is actually just a first-round pick. Now, the SHL does have an interesting goalie there, a first round. I'm going to scout him for 2 weeks. Let's take a look and see what we can get, because goaltending is an issue for us. And that's the end of the month. So the trade deadline comes up in 2 days. We'll do a quick review here just to see where we sit. Okay? So goals against average, we're not up there. Save percentage, we are not up there either. Points, we're not. Wins, Ben Scrivs actually is tied for first in the league with most wins with Carey Price and Roberto Luongo. 27 wins each. All right? Assists, we actually are not up there anymore. Nugent Hopkins has fallen off. He's at 42, so he's close. And Hall is close in there in terms of goals. Look at Patrick Sharp. He's taking the league lead in goals at 40. Standings, we currently sit second in our division. We will likely make the playoffs, but we definitely are on the cusp. If you look at the depth, we've only got 1 more point than 3rd and 4th place in the Central Division. And Colorado nipping at their heels. You never know. This could come down to, because right now, it'll be Arizona, Edmonton, Anaheim, Chicago, Nashville, Minnesota, Dallas will cross over at this point. So it is very close. It is very close indeed. I don't see any I don't know. I don't see any wiggle room here. We need to keep things tight. We had a great run there with Ben Scrivs doing a great job. A couple good point producing players for our team, and we take on Pittsburgh next. What's Pittsburgh's deal here? Pittsburgh is currently sitting at 67 points, so they're a little bit below us, but I think it's something to look at. The problem is now, do we make that deal? We're in that same position. We got 2 days left to decide. You guys let me know. We're 11 above 500, likely going to make the playoffs if we can keep this kind of maintain this kind of pressure. But keep in mind, we don't necessarily just want to make the playoffs. We want to do well in the playoffs. Is Scrivs going to do that for us? Or do we make that trade? So I ask you guys one more time going into the deadline. Is Robin Lehner the trade we want to make? Do we need somebody better? And if we do need somebody better, do we hold off or do we get it now? All right, guys. So let me know down in the comment section below. Go crazy. Let me know. Until next time, I'm Target Audience, and I'll catch you guys out on the ice.